Good morning, team. Hi, team.
Hello, good morning.
Hi, team. Good morning. So we'll start session in a few minutes. Before that, anyone have a questions or doubts, anything you can ask me, guys. Hi, Mohammed. So, and mostly today will be the last trial session, and tomorrow onwards you are going to be it's a regular paid sessions. Okay. So if anyone newly joining, you can connect with our team. They will help you with the enrollment process. Along with that, if anyone have a concerns or doubts about the opportunities or current market standards and how KSR team is going to be support you till getting placed. So any of these questions, I'm happy to answer here. Okay.
Hi, sir. Good morning. So
Yeah.
today
Hi.
do we have the placement support call
Yeah. Yeah. Today will be like at 4 p.m.
at 4 p.m., right?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
4 p.m. It's Wednesday, right? Today.
Yeah, it's Wednesday.
Mm.
Yeah.
So Wednesday will be like 4 p.m.
Sure. We'll join. Yeah.
And if it's a regular placement cell will be there. If you need any urgency, like even you can call me. So depends on that we can discuss. When frequently I will get calls like who are joining like the new organization, or else sometimes they got a 2 3 offers which company is best, and even they are not getting calls, or else when they have an interview tomorrow. So these kind of situations also we will try to help them. So you can ask me if it's an urgent. It's in a regular placement cell related, like now career updation, or else like you are not getting calls, the casual things we can discuss in the regular placement cell session.
Sure, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. Others, I guess you are already an old student, right?
Sorry, come again.
No, you are already a old batch student, right? Previously joined, right? Some other courses?
No,
No?
this is my first batch actually. Aiops. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Any of your relatives something with the same surname?
I'm not aware of that one. Sorry.
Okay, okay. Because it looks like similar names. Okay. Yeah. Any other questions, team, along with that? If nothing, we can start the class. Let me check, I guess. So your name, your friends or someone. How you got to know about KSR?
You asking me?
Yeah, you only, you only.
Yeah, through Rajnikant sir only. Like I was
Okay.
following his YouTube and then I
Okay.
called
Got
him.
it.
Then he
Uh-huh.
suggested me this course. Yeah.
Okay. With your surname, we have almost 11 students. Parthasarathi, Mahapatra, Rupesh Kumar, Ashish, Abhishek, Manas, Saroj Kumar, Nikuja, Tarun. So I heard some of the surnames, so I'm just curious.
A lot of people from Odisha then. Yeah.
Yeah. So let me share my screen. I'm just checking in my LMS portal. Just wondering. So all these are yeah, it's fine. Okay. Hi Ranjit. He can carry on then. Hi sir, you joined? Okay. Yeah, I will start session in 2 minutes. Ranjit will join shortly. Any other questions, team? Sai, Mahi, Srinath, Sahana, Jitendra, Krishna, Ishwar. If anyone have questions, you can ask me. Hi, Mukesh.
Hello,
Yeah, hi, sir.
my name is Srinath.
Yeah, hi.
I have past 10 years I'm working on release management,
Okay.
non-coding working tools like as service now release management, SaaS
Mhm.
management.
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah, every monthly release deployment manager like that. But
Mhm.
it is useful for me our career or not. I'm just I'm in dilemma. Just
Okay.
I'm
Yeah, I will.
mm,
Just give a second. Just pause.
mm.
In current situations, we can't compare with what our previous background and which domain we are working. We need to be focused in
Mm.
what will be the demand in the market currently.
Okay.
Just to get to understand, I will tell you my story itself. I completed graduation biotechnology, post graduation organic chemistry, and I worked in pharma company as in a production department for 3 years. Later, I moved to SAP. Initially, into the first IT job will be the an SAP end user, then SAP consultant. So when I got some level of point, I felt like I'm stagnating. I'm not able to increase the package. Then I moved to the data and later still now also I'm doing some research. Aiops will be the this is the first batch honestly. Before this batch it's only ML ops and SRE only. When evaluating, when companies are expecting a new skill set, we just need to be learn those concepts. Companies will keep people what they need, what we know they won't encourage, right? So as your point of view as a release management, you already knows a little bit of CI/CD pipelines and deployment and some DevOps coordinations, I guess, right, sir? Srinath, am I audible?
I have know that. Yes, yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Yeah. When you know already, compared to other people like similar like me who are completely coming from the different background, you can understand even better. But here,
Okay.
people joining from the different domains, even completely data engineering, data science, CA, some
Uh,
people from the testing who don't have even similar background.
yes, yes.
But
Okay.
when you are already coming from the release background, right, it will be more easy for you.
Okay. Yeah, yeah. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, little bit everybody technology deliverable or something.
Mhm.
SIT, UAT, lower end one. I know background are there. Yes.
Yeah, you know it's an advantage, but what I'm saying, even you don't know also, that's fine. We will
Uh,
teach them again scratch only, and we need to be to sustain in the current market industry, right? We
uh,
need to be learn everything. We need to be. It's like a race, become as in a race.
okay. Noted.
Nowadays, how fast is maybe you have around 10 years experience, means maybe you have a kids, I guess, right, sir?
Hmm.
If they are studying school like a second, third, fourth standard, maybe lot many schools are started teaching Python from the fifth standard.
Uh, got it. Correct. Okay,
right?
noted.
Like
Uh,
after 4 5 years, you will feel nervous with when you are connecting with your son also, son or daughter. They know better than us, maybe.
oh, okay, then noted. Thank you.
For sure, it will happen, sir. Maybe we will feel embarrassed. Like sometimes what happened, like compared to our parents, we will think like we are smart by using some gadgets like TV, free, these kind of things, computer
Uh,
or whatever it may be, right?
yes,
Next generation competition, we will feel embarrassed like when we are competing with our kids.
oh, yes.
It will happen very
Yes.
soon, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you. Yes,
Yeah.
got it.
I still not
Uh,
able to forget, sir, in Hyderabad incident. Like
uh,
in a Microsoft Fabric event, I came there and I saw a guy holding around age of 12 years or 13 years maximum. I felt bad about the kid and why his parents are taking him to these kind of workshops. But that's more shocked me. After 5 minutes, he approached me and introduced himself like he was a mentor on that day. He was
uh,
a guest speaker on Microsoft Power Platform.
uh, uh,
He introduced Mahesh, my concept also similar like yours. 2 minutes I didn't understand what he was speaking with me. Later the organizer introduced me he was already handling one project on Microsoft Power Apps. He was taking in a guest lecture today. He was studying the 8th standard.
okay. Thanks.
Okay.
Uh,
Maybe any
yeah.
international school kids are there in first grade itself. They are
Mm.
teaching like robotics. Okay. And another question from placement point of view. So any technology, any course learning in the KSR, right? We will take care about your resume building, your LinkedIn optimization, your Naukri optimization to get in a call. And along with that, we have a strong alumina. So a lot many companies our students are working. I guess most of the students here also may come from their friends referral or somehow, right? So until getting call, it's a completely our responsibility. It's not a help or something or not support. It's our responsibility. Building your resume and guiding to get a call. Even if you failed in the calls also interviews also, we will check it like what the reason you are failing. Any concept which we not able to teach in the class, or else any other reason your lack of practice. We will do the post-mortem on a failure of every interview. Sometimes even I will request the people to record the conversation between you and the panel so that I can able to understand better way what happened in that. Example, any concept we are not we didn't able to teach in the class, but still they are asking and it's expecting in a very good demand. For sure we will take it as a workshop, or else we will add that class in the next batch. For our old students, we will take it as a YouTube content at least. Example, the CI/CD pipelines, which is a DevOps engineers work, now we are teaching for data engineers also from last 8 months. Reason companies are expecting those concepts also for data engineers. Similar way Aiops here. Frequently we will check the curriculum and we will change it, depends on the requirement. Yeah. Thanks, Rajni, for joining.
Yeah.
Yeah. Apart from that, any questions, team?
Yeah, I'm Ranjit here. Uh, is there any reason for checking with the CI/CD pipelines for data analytics?
Data engineers they are using now. Honestly, what happened? Companies are expecting multiple skills from one person.
Mhm.
Instead of depending on the different departments, they are expecting small things and all to do by one person. Even Power BI with the data engineering also. Usually earlier Power BI is different data analytics, and it will be the data engineering. AI and will comes under part of data science. But now all these three also they are mixing.
Yeah. I understand because
It's a cost cutting point of view. Their point of view, one person should be do the multiple task.
right. I was in touch with Mahesh on a regular basis. If
Mhm.
uh, Mahesh is here or in the KSR, he might be knowing me well.
Okay, okay. This is Mahesh only, Ranjit. Maybe
Mahesh, we had
you
a
forget
talk.
my voice, it seems.
Yeah, because the name is not there, so I thought,
Okay. I joined from. Okay, got it. Mahesh here.
fine. We spoke a lot of times,
Yes,
right?
yes,
If you
yes, yes,
remember.
yes.
Yeah.
I remember.
Thank you.
Yeah. Literally, companies are expecting another software company, not in a software employee. One person should do the multiple tasks. That's what their expectation nowadays.
Yeah, and one more thing, Mahesh. The other day
Yeah.
you were saying that KSR has developed a AI tool which
Yes, yes, it's a
take
clear
the
my interview.
interviews?
It's a yeah, yeah, it's a developer and it's working now. You can give a try today itself. Let me share my screen and I will show you. Guys, just give me 2 minutes. You are able to see the screen, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is our website. Clear my interview. I will share this link also. Okay. If you want to just go and sign up if it's a first time users, it's a first three interviews, it's completely free. Okay, you can just create an account and just do the sign up. Okay, so if you know the you already created account, just go and log in. I'm just going with one dummy account. Okay. So we can upload resume and we can validate the resume, and also we can able to compare with the JD. Example, you have any resume and any company's interview tomorrow. Ranjit, may I know like which company you are working currently?
Currently, I'm not working as of now
Your
because
last company?
my last company was in New Zealand. It's a Fab Group. I have shared my resume as well with you.
Okay,
If
okay.
you remember, it was a
What it
long
is? Name spelling?
Fab Group.
Grow, na?
Group.
Fab Group.
GROUP.
Okay, okay,
GROUP.
got it. Okay. So in which domain you worked earlier?
It was on a retail chain market as well as a healthcare industry, both.
Okay. Let me try like as a DevOps engineer only now.
Okay.
Okay.
But
No,
Mahesh,
sorry, it's now okay. It's in a Fab Group only in New Zealand, right? It may won't
right.
show. Let
Yeah.
me try with any local company.
But Mahesh, my
Hmm.
resume is there in Naukri, but still I get background calls,
Oh, okay.
not directly from
We
the
will
client.
verify today then. You can join at 4 o'clock session. We will validate. Okay.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I'm taking this company's JD example.
Mhm.
Okay. I'm going here, upload any resume, random resume I will upload, sir. I will check it if your resume is there in download list. I will upload yours as well.
Okay.
Sorry, I have a bad network here. I will upload any one random resume. Okay. So it will check how much skills are compatible and missing or not missing. Maybe I uploaded data in a resume, but I have given the JD as a DevOps engineer. So we'll
Right.
check it like how much it's compatibility. And also it will predict at least a 40%, 40 to 42% of interview questions it's going to be predict. You can see matching skills only Python, SQL, some cloud and data migration and GCP. All other Terraform, AWS, because it's a different roles, right? It's mismatching.
Right. Right.
You can able to check in that way, and then you can go with the technical interview practice. Example, you have another mid-level experience, and you are into the Python. Example, I'm just giving. Okay, and technical interview. So it will, we can turn on the camera also. You can check it the interview. Okay, so you can check it here. Okay.
Explain Python's global interpreter lock, GIL, and discuss its impact on multi-threaded programs.
Anyone know about this topic?
No.
Okay, so let me try to answer and I will show you how it results also. Okay. The global interpreted lock is in a mutex in a C Python that ensures only one thread executes Python byte code at a time, even on multi-core CPUs. So because it's a simplifies memory management and prevents the rare conditions in low-level memory operations, makes the interpreter easier to implement and maintain. Okay, you can see it's converting all into the text and then it will be read later. I'm just submitting. The second question it will should depends on the my answer. It will be increase or
Explain
reduce the
Python's global
complexity.
interpreter lock, GIL, and its impact on multi-threaded performance.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can type also and you can record. I will prefer to go with the record only, because so that you will get a better idea how they were conversion rate, the voice conversion as well. Okay. Python's global interpreted lock, it's called as a GIL, is a mechanism in a Python that ensures only one thread executes Python bytecode at a time, even on multi-core systems. I will end with the 2 questions for now. I'm submitting.
Explain the concept
You
of
can download your
metaclass
interview
in
video
Python and provide a use case.
and you can view the report. Let me check with the view report. You can see what is the question and what I answered. The score I got only 65, and feedback it's giving. The candidate's answer identifies the core function of the GAL, exclusive cases, and it's giving initially the positive way of feedback. From here, it's negative feedback. What I have to be improved. However, the response lacks clarity and precision. The language used in somewhat because even to be frank, I'm reading just. Okay, and it's giving
Last time,
recommendations where you can able to improve.
when we had a discussion about that, you were saying that it's in a development process, right? And now
Yeah,
it
it's
is
completed.
fully,
It's completed,
yeah.
and we are giving for the some colleges as well. The college and university students are utilizing now.
No.
We have multiple options even for freshers and like recent college graduates. They can go with aptitude and reasoning as well,
Oh,
and multiple choice questions just for a memory. It's kind of gaming way. You can able to remember by doing multiple times practice. These are technical interview. It's a purely depends on the JD. It will shoot the questions, and then behavioral interview. It's mostly managerial round questions. Who holding more than 5 years experience? It will be very useful. Okay.
okay.
So you guys can try for 3 interviews for free. After 3 interviews, it's costing around 2000 rupees for a 50 mark interviews. But for KSR students, you will get it 199 rupees. Just 90% with you will get some coupons. Just at 199 rupees, you can able to get it for 50 mark interviews.
Okay, now I
Only
see.
4 rupees, I guess, for interview.
Yeah, now it is fully functional.
Yes, it's complete. Fully means like the development will be the regular process
Yeah,
from
yeah.
my point of view.
As of now, when we had a
Yeah,
discussion.
as of now, it's yeah. So frequently we will monitor and frequently we will check any new updates. It will be useful for every department, not only in technical way. Now even I checked with some doctors also
Oh, okay.
who are in a medical field. I just verified it will be one works or properly or not. One of my cousin is there, and I uploaded his resume and randomly pick one JD from a hospital. He was an orthopedic doctor, and it's asked a question like. You have a confirmed a surgery in the next 2 hours, but before 2 hours you find an x-ray or scanning in a rare tear. What you are going to be operate, or else you are going to be retest, or else you are going to be hold. It's
Okay.
asking that kind of questions.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, when you are practicing 3 to 4 times or else maximum 10 times, right, you can't fail the interview as per my confidence,
Right.
because it will be repeats. Maybe some questions may repeat, but first 3 to 4 interviews we are make sure it will ask the unique questions. If it is a JD is different, it will ask maximum unique questions only. When you are practicing 5 times or 6 times, for sure you will get a more confidence and you can able to crack interview very easily. You don't need to be depend on any manual effort. You don't need to be depend on only man power, because we can't get every time. We can't ask a mentor. We can't ask Rajni to take a mock interview for every time.
Right.
Even
Right.
we have some fear, right? Like the discomfort, like to ask you again and again, and what he may feel. This kind of problems we have. It is just a system. You can go and sit in alone in a room and just do multiple practices.
Right.
Okay.
Mahesh, can you just put this link in the chat?
Yeah. Let me post. It's there in the chat.
Yeah. Thank you, Mahesh.
Thank you. Yeah. Hi, Ranjit. Hi, Rajni.
Yeah. Hi,
Yeah,
sir.
hi. You can
Hi,
carry on.
everyone.
Sorry for taking time. Yeah.
No problem, sir. It's a valuable information because our platform, then how students will get to know that we have this product and
Yes.
all.
Yes.
Yep.
Even just the day before yesterday, also we given a workshop in a Dravidian University in Kuppam, and we shared with them as well. And in Hyderabad, like Srinidhi and Aurora, sort of multiple universities, we are sharing to verify check initially. So once they are happy, they are going to be utilized for their placement opportunity to increase their placement quality. So lot many times, even maybe you faced, right? You felt every question you know, but in front of the panel you failed to answer properly, even the known questions. So most of the times happens because of the confidence issues. When you are taking multiple mock entries, for sure your confidence will increase.
Yep. Yep. That's right, sir.
Thank you. Yeah, you can carry on, Rasmi.
Yeah. So just I would like to add on something. So if I are trying to attend any interview, like what companies are doing is companies similar like our tool, they are buying it from third party, or because of third party people coming and they're selling to the companies, they take it on a free trial basis first, and then after first level of the interview, second level of the interview, they are telling the other candidates to attend AA interview. You know what happens with AA? I'll tell you. TCS itself is keeping AA interview, Capgemini keeping AI interview, Cognizant even keeping AI interview, like many companies I have seen. So, first point, when you communicate with any AI, companies are don't want AI answers, but they want AI questions. So that means when you are attending in person, like person face to face over the video call, if you do some sort of anything with the chat GPT and you're trying to answer by chat GPT answer, they don't like it. You write a code with a chat GPT, they don't like it. But in the place of interviewer, if they can keep an AI and they can validate you. So that is the era right now it is going on. So we have to tackle it. So how there is a saying, right? So we have to remove throne with a throne. So similar like that with AI interviews, we have to sit in the place, attend the make us ourselves comfortable with AI, and then get our mind clear, confidence clear, and then get into the interviews. So that's what I would like to tell you. And AI is always linear. That means it will go in line like this. If you ask one question in companies interview AI also, AI, if you ask anything, it will completely on a follow up. It will never end. It will never satisfy because they are forgetting to write the rule based things. That means at least it is calculating a score of your answer, maybe 80% it is correct, then it has to stop. It should not follow up. Okay. Or it has to switch into some other direction, or it has to behave like a human after analyzing and all. So none of the AI is not doing. I seen all the AIs which companies are keeping as an interview. If you are getting into that, then you have to practice with AI only. With a human being, you cannot able to, because how to deal with an AI. So you need to understand, even though you answered, AI will not listen to you. It will ask its question. Just it will say thank you, and then it will go a follow-up question. So it will lead to 1 hour, 2 hour, 1.5 hour also in some of the companies I've seen, especially in TCS, especially in Capgemini, especially Accenture. So these many are there. So while you're practicing with our platform, Clear Interview, so you will be habituated how to answer technically to beat that AI. At least you will understand that what score you need to bring in the answer. If you bring that score in the answer, then the AI, whatever the rule they have written, okay, somewhat percentage candidate is satisfied, so that it will not go uh, in a loop manner, like uh, follow up loop manner. It will just switch into the topic again based on the resume JD. It will switch into the topic, and then it is trying to complete it. So we need to understand like that. That might be helpful with a clear mind interview, because many places there are AI interviews are there, and it is both side. You can also practice and you can also prepare for your original interviews. Okay. And yesterday we have discussed, I guess, networking. Now, AWS cloud infra, right? So AWS cloud infra, and we have clearly discussed on EC2. EC2 means a server, I said, right? How to create, how to deploy it means create and deploy the server, connect to the server, and log in inside the server. And we done some sort of commands in it, right? And then we have installed one static website also. We have seen it and over the web browser, we have seen it as well. So that is what we have done yesterday. So I hope everyone got a good understanding how the server will be look like, right? So that is the first thing. Why we are calling EC2 in the AWS? I think I wanted to tell you yesterday, but by the classes by the end of the time I forgot it. See, I said server. Server will contain compute process. Your laptop also will have the compute where you run the things, operating systems and all. It's a compute process, right? Yeah, this is my server, which is having compute process. On top of it, I will run operating system. So this is my operating system. It could be anything, Windows, Linux, anything. Okay, it is a GPU also, whatever CPU also. Now, where this server is, so this server is on the cloud, right? This server is on the cloud. So I'm taking compute server on the cloud, CC. Now, I wanted to expand this server. That means in future, I would like to add more disks. I would like to add more disk. So I can expand like this. I can add one more 3 GB. Okay. So that means I can expand this line, right? Yeah. This compute I can expand to it. So this is called elasting. If you remove it, it will come back. You can also back to your position and you can also increase. This will happen. This is called elastic, right? So this E is E. Elastic compute in the cloud. So that's why it is EC2. So that is a shortcut. And what about the instance? Instance means instantly. In a minute you can create, in a minute you can delete. So this EC2 server you can instantly create and delete. So this is the logic behind why AWS is given the name to the server, EC2 instances. Okay. So this compute you can like it is elastic and compute server over the cloud. Simple EC2 instances. Right. Now, in any of your company, any company you just take, there will be a networking concept. Any cloud you take, there is a networking concept. We need to understand cloud networking now. Cloud networking. So why I'm telling this is very, 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 very important. You might be any engineer like A engineer, any profile, AML, okay, staff or solution, AML senior engineer, whatever, Gen A and all. So if that project is depends on a cloud with respect to the network, they're surely going to ask, hey, do you have any experience with the Terraform and with networking? Or did you provision any networking resources over the cloud? Yes, it will be, it is not going to be only AI questions. That person can be jump into anywhere according to his wish or a job scope. So nowadays in interviews, what happening? We are attending the interviews to just satisfy the opposite person ego or opposite person whatever is expecting, not what a job position need. So there are two types of interviews. The first interview is specific to the project. When specific to the project, the interview will be like what they need, what's going in the project. Based on it, they'll ask. If they are handling cloud, they'll ask about the cloud. They're handling machine learning, they ask about the machine learning. If they handle about Kubernetes, they'll ask about the Kubernetes. Any serving stacks, yes, they will ask about the serving stacks. But when it is organization level, so they're just hiring like that, and then you have to find the project inside. So one panel will come and then he'll just general, and very general, whatever he knows or what he would like to try to know from you, he'll just do a rapid fire on you. You have to satisfy him. Otherwise, your interview will not get selected. Have to satisfy him. All the point is satisfying him. So he will jump here to there to here. Many places he will jump. Whatever he know. So could be that this is also. He'll going to ask cloud networking because it is relatable. Cloud networking, when I say in AWS, Azure, and GCP, same. VPC, VNet, and VPC network. Okay. Same thing, but the different names. Same functionality, different names. First, let's understand easy thing called VPC. So, virtual private cloud. What it is? I have an AWS cloud or Azure cloud, anything. This is actually refers public cloud because we are publicly logging into this AWS account, right? It's an account, AWS. And then we are creating our own network like our data center. We are creating our own network like a data center. Now this is a region. Just understand this is a region. Which region, sir? Mumbai. AP South -1. Okay. It's a Mumbai region. It's a Mumbai region. Okay. Inside, I have VPC. This is VPC. VPC means I'll create my own network. I'll create my own network with one IP address 10.10.0.0/16 or /2023, whatever. Why I'm taking this IP address? We also discussed yesterday IP address things, subnet things. So this is I'm going to call it as CIDR. It's a subnet mask. CIDR. Over the public AWS cloud, I'm telling that on your data centers, I selected this Mumbai data centers. I would like to create my private network. I would like to create my private network. So inside my private network, I would like to create subnets because I can't directly use the VPC. I have to create subnets. What I'll do is I can create a subnet. So this is the one subnet and another subnet. Two subnets I can use. That time I called as it is a public subnet and this is a private subnet. So types of the subnet, private subnet. Okay, two things. And now what would be the IP address for this? IP address will be from your VPC only. inside the VPC /16, right? IP calculator, open IP calculator, open IP calculator, and just type the same thing 10.10.0.0/16. How many? 65,534 IP addresses are coming. Can I use all of them directly? No. What is the 10 series? Private series, right? Public and private. Public and private. See, 10 dot series is a private, right? So we can use anywhere. No need to buy. But when you go to other than that, you have to buy the IP addresses. That we learned in yesterday's class. Now, if you see, my IP addresses are this many, but how can I segregate them? Right? I can't directly uh, put it in a one pool. You have to segregate them. So that's why I need to create this sub networks. That is called subnet. So what happens here? Your CIDR will be going to look like this: 10 dot 10 dot 1 dot 0 slash 24 slash 24. Okay, I'll just keep it here, and this is 2 dot 24. So two subnets I'm using right now. Two subnets I'm using with two different networks. So VPC is a parent and the subnets are childs. I'm dividing. How could a servers will understand? If I go randomly and say a server, you should be work under this subnetwork. With the overall, like with this voice, it will not understand. It will only understand binary. It only understand this language, this 000 111. This language it will understand. So how can I pass this language? So what I'm trying to say to the server, so what I'm trying to say to this network and network device, you should be under the network. I have to create this one. So this is my parent and this is my child's. So I'm allocating this 10.10.1.0/24. When I say on the AWS cloud, these two are boundaries, network boundaries. Inside this, we will create the server. Inside this, we will create the server. Okay. If I wanted to create any server, let me take, we would be having availability zones. In it, we will be having availability zone. This is AZ1, AZ2, AZ3 inside the subnet. That means you are creating your subnets on top of availability zones. AZ1, AZ2, AZ3. AZ means data center, right? Data center. Now I will create a server. Now I'll create a server maybe in AZ1 and AZ2 anywhere. Okay. So this is my server, which is EC2 instance. Here I'll run an application, web application. So here is my database in private subnet. So this is my database. This is my database. So this is how we create. I'm just telling about the application thing. If you're keeping AI, okay, your front end, back end, and all your microservices will be here, and your LLM is at somewhere in the private. Okay, your LLM will be working here in the private subnet. Your LLM will be deployed here, and you will be routing from request from here to here, private subnet side. In the companies at the production system, everything will be running two phases. One is a public, one is a private. So your all main backend systems will be working in the private subnets, not in the public. Only front-end web services will be running in the public. Other than that, everything will be in the private. Okay. So even in any company, we wanted started to develop anything. First, we will develop backend systems only. Then we'll go to the front end. We directly not go to the front end in the first go. Says DB and your all RAG applications, your vector DBs, everything will be in the private subnet only. Remember this. In order to make this system communicate like this, yes, I know I had a good little idea about what is VPC, what is subnet. But there are some other components as well. What are they? The first one, you are a user, you are a user, you're sitting in your laptop and you're trying to hit something called abc.com. abc.com. So when you hit this one, first it will come to the internet gateway. Internet gateway. So this is internet gateway. First it will come to internet gateway. Yes, please. Yes, sir.
Hello.
Yeah.
Rajnikant, sorry, I little bit confused. Subnet will be part of availability zone or available inside availability zone, subnet will be there, right?
I draw this one is you will be creating subnets. Your subnets will be whenever you create availability zone. Whenever you create EC2 instance, you will select the availability zone, right, sir? First, you have to select VPC, then you have to select the subnet, and then you have to select the availability zone. Then you can able to create the EC2
No,
stepwise.
inside. So what my understanding was, inside the availability zone, we create subnet. That's not. Is that not true?
It is true. It is true. On top of the availability zones only, we create the subnets. So whenever you select any region, that means three availability zones comes to your place, means in your plate. On
Okay.
top of this three availability zones, you can create how many servers that you want it to be. So you create subnets will be there automatically. It is applicable to all the availability zones. You cannot restrict that I only want only one availability zone for one subnet. No, three availability zones will be showing over there. Okay,
No, okay. My understanding was it will be our choice, right? We can
your
have
choice
only
only.
one of.
Yeah, your
We
choice
can
only.
restrict if we want, correct?
Right, right. So while you're
So as per your,
creating,
I just observing your diagram. So it should be like inside availability zone, your subnet should be there, right? Inside that
but
subnet, your server should be there,
but but
correct?
but you will be not understanding if I draw like that. So whenever you're selecting any EC2 instance, the steps should be a VPC, subnet, then select an availability zone and then create this one. So okay, while you're creating subnet only, example, you just only said I want only AZ1. Then AZ1 only will be visible to you. Okay, just you delete it. While you're creating subnet, you said only AZ1 I want. Then it will only show the subnet available AZ1 only. You can create EC2 instance on AZ1 only. There is no option for you. But when you select other two as well, while you're creating subnet, you'll be able to see three of them, right? You're getting my point.
Okay.
Let me log
Okay.
in. Mm, some problem with my account. I think two, three
Okay,
accounts
fine.
are.
I understand the concept. Yeah, we
Yeah.
can.
I'll just
I
show
thought
you that.
I was just observing your diagram, so
Okay,
it
okay. So
made
even
me
if
something
you
suspicious.
see that when you're creating subnet, it will give you the option to select three
Correct.
availability zones. So if you select one option, only you want the servers to be created in the subnet in one availability zone or through availability zone. So you have to only create the server in the two availability zones like that. So that is why if I draw availability zone like in the big, and if I say subnet is a small inside, again you will be get confused. So I see this students are getting confused with this. And
Oh,
even your official diagrams from the AWS. Okay, if you see that, you never get what happening over there. So that's what I would like to make a clarity here.
so cost optimization we have to pay for then three servers, right? Across which is across three availability zones.
Sorry, sir, can you repeat this?
Like cost optimization perspective, if we maintain our even our private servers also in three availability zones, then we have
Mm.
to pay, right, for three servers.
No, if you create the three servers in three availability zone, that is a requirement, then you can create it. But it's up to you. You want to create the server in which one? So if you are creating server in AZ1, that will be only in the AZ1, and you will create one more in AZ2, and then in between you will keep one network interface card and otherwise a load balancer. You will keep a load balancer here. So load
Correct.
balancer thumb rule is what? At least your one of the servers, two of the servers should be in a different availability zone, not in the single availability zone. Load balancer thumb rule. If you want one more, then go here. So that time you will be
Okay,
creating
no, no, like
ASG.
one doubt. If I set up three or four servers from a single availability zone or single subnet, will that don't work?
It will work.
If I attach to my target group the servers which are in the same availability zone in the same network,
Hmm,
like suppose NLB, not ALB, I want to
hmm,
distribute just my internal traffic. Will that
hmm.
work or will that will not work?
It will work. It will work. But there is no point of using the NLB. You are only having one availability zone and three servers in one availability zone, and you're just doing load balancing to that. But there is no high availability. How can you call high availability?
No, I'm just asking about you said right. It is thumb rule for load balance. I just want to make clear my confusion, so that's why I asked.
No problem, sir. So it will work. There is no restriction. Thumb rule means they're saying that this is a rule you have to follow. Okay, you are keeping two servers in one availability zone and you wanted to drive your load balance. It will work. You can create the target groups, assign the system instances there, and just route the target groups to your load balancer with whatever you want, path based or host based. Then it will forward the route traffic to your target groups. But for
Yeah.
forwarding all the thing in one availability zone will not make any sense, sir. Because if
No, no,
anything
I
would
mean
be
for
happen,
NLBs, internal, our internal, like if you want to screen something, some
hmm,
jobs, or like if you want to send
hmm,
traffic to
hmm,
not, you don't want
databases,
to put, yeah, that's
databases you
in that
can use.
perspective.
Yeah, for
Uh,
databases purpose you can use NLB.
okay.
Yeah. So first of all, this request will come DNS to the internet gateway. So from the DNS to the internet gateway, that will enter into your network. So from this internet gateway, there is a route table. There is a route table. So this is a route table. What this route table will be doing? Route table is having all the information about your source and destination. Source and destination. And this route table will associated with your subnet. So whenever interview question, how can you call a subnet as a public or a private? Public or a private? Sir, anyone answer my question, sir? How can you call by looking at the subnet, it is a private or public?
If it has internet access, then it's public. If it don't have internet access, then it's private.
No, at the first go only, how can I say this is having internet access and this is having not having
We can
internet access?
Seeing
we
as
can say that route tables, right?
is
Inbound, outbound rules.
Okay, sir. My private subnet also I will be having route
seeing
table.
IP address,
No,
IP address.
If it is
seeing
connected
IP
to the net
address.
gateway, if it is connected to the net gateway, then really having the internet access.
Okay, so now
for
just
private subnets, we will set up NAT gateways, right? For that also we have to create a gateway in here only, public subnet only.
now just tell me, sir,
Correct.
which one is public and which one is private? Now I just not created anything. It's a
Uh,
plain.
a
So
routing table.
EC2 server is in the, you told like it is in the public one, and databases are in the private. So
So,
request is going into the server EC2.
Rajnikant, if it
hmm,
that is the only way, right? If your IGW is attached to a subnet, then
hmm,
that will be the servers in that subnet will be your public servers, correct? Which has
hmm,
internet access.
hmm, hmm,
If you don't
right.
attach your internet gateway to here and you have not configured your outbound inbound rules, then it will be your private only, which will be
Yeah,
inside your network.
yeah. So whatever this route, this IGW from your route table, if it is hitting your any of your subnet, then that subnet will call as a public, which is no internet gateway association with any of the subnet. That's clearly called as private. So simple. And how can I manage internet things for these subnets? First of all, let me explain these things and then I'll come to that point. So any user, he would be entering from the DNS to the IGW first because this is a internet accessibility for your network inbounding. And then the route will go to the route table. Route table will check the entry whether this request can be proceed to the subnet or not. So if this subnet entry is there inside the route table, then it will accept. Then it will forward the request to subnet. But so when you are forwarding this request, so there will be a one more called security group. Security group. So the security group will be come into the picture before your EC2 instance. This is at EC2 instance level only. Now this will go to the security group. Inside the security group, it will check the port number. Like yesterday we have seen, right? 4438022 port numbers inbound and outbound, whether we have allowed it or not from anywhere. What is the source? So we have three types of source. Okay. So with that, did we allowed it or not? By looking at that, we can understand this request can be allowed to reach this EC2 instance. If not, then it won't reach to EC2 instance. If my private subnet, there is a DB is there. Okay, DB is again Ubuntu server. On top of the Ubuntu server, I installed the uh, PG. Okay, PGDB. Then maybe I need some upgrades. Maybe I wanted to run apt get upgrade, apt get update. I wanted to install the latest packages. But how my request go to the internet? Will go to the internet and get download the things. I need outbound access to my subnet. I need outbound access to my subnet. So in that case, we will create a NAT gateway like yesterday I said. A NAT process. NAT gateway will create on top of public subnet and then we will route this with one more route table that is called custom route table. Now it is going to be a custom route table. With a custom route table, I will attach to my subnet. So this is how your outbound access will be happen from your private subnet. This is private and this is public. So private and this is public. Now your DBs and all will be getting an access via NAT gateway to your uh, server to download any packages. But for your web servers, will get an internet inbound access from the internet gateway. Okay. So this is how it look like. And here you'll keep the load balancer, NACLs, many other things. Okay. Inside, example, there is a S3 bucket. Example, there is an S3 bucket. Your server wants to communicate this S3 bucket, or your DB wants to communicate this S3 bucket. So how the request will go? Request will go like this. It will come from the internet and it will go to this. This is not recommendable. This is not recommendable actually. So how can I understand the internet flow, user flow inside the network? So let me tell you that first. Sir, just think only one thing, a building. Take a building, a community building as an example. Any community building, a gated community. I am a user, I'm a guest. Maybe I'm coming to your home. Your home is in the gated community. First, I'll come over there and then I'll come to know that, oh, this is a landmark and this is a route. Maybe I have to go there. Okay, I got a landmark and I was entering into your gated community by internet gateway. I entered into the gated community. So, but I have to go to some place, right? Which place I have to go? I have to go to the maybe some tower one and flat number is some at 20th floor or somewhere. Then I have to catch a lift. Lift is nothing but your lift is nothing but your route table. So here it will be having all the information. So if you are 20th floor means at 20th floor the lift will be stopped if you press the button. Okay. And yes, I took a lift and then it was stopped at the 20th floor. And in 20th floor, so 20th floor is a VPC. 20th floor is VPC. Okay. In 20th floor VPC, I have many flats. So one of the flat is your public subnet. Your public subnet. And then you have to go to this flat. Maybe it is a 12th, the flat number is 12 or a 10, something like that. And but there is a dog in front of your flat. So the dog will only allow if the dog know you. If the dog don't know you, it won't allow you inside the flat. That is security group. So simple. And now you will enter into the flat and you will communicate with the server. That means with a person who know you know him, right? So your friend or your cousin or your relative, anyone, you will be going to communicate there. So this is the process. Now, gated community land is not yours, right? You're not owner of the land complete in the down. You're not owner of the tower also, building also, right? You're only owner of your own flat. That's it. But you're not owner of any other things. Similar way in AWS also, you are just owner of your network, but not all the things in the AWS. Not all the things in the AWS. So this is how the user flow will be happens inside. Example, this is my website, website like SDFC bank. Your request will come, will come, look at that. Okay, okay, this is that. And Security group will go interact. While you're interacting with your application, this application will be connected to your DB and it will run all the queries, backend queries and all, then will come and represent to you. So it will come back to you like this. This is how it works, the real architecture. This is how it works. Now the problem is my EC2 instance, you have uploaded a photo in the SDFC portal. Where that photo will go, your image, your profile photo. Your profile photo, my EC2 instance, the application has to upload here in the S3. Here in the S3 storage. But while this is going, since it is having internet, then it will go like this. It will go outside of the internet and then it will push to the S3. Is this a recommendable? So do we send this request outside of the internet? Sir, answer please. So do we need to send this request outside of internet, like outside of our network?
Yes, I guess because S3 is global, right? It's not specific to any particular region or.
Yeah, but if that is the case, then this is man in middle attack, right? It's going to be
Sorry.
man in the it is going to be man in the middle attack if you do this. So in your Azure, GCP, whatever, you wanted to have your EC to be communicated with your S3 or any other internal service, then you have to create VPC endpoint. So whenever you create VPC endpoint, your request will not go from outside. It will be inside within your AWS network. Like this, it will go. This will be within your. It will be within your AWS only. So I can draw AWS now like this. Now this is my AWS. Inside the AWS, I have region. So here itself, I can send by using VPC endpoint. Internally. I never communicate from the internet. So this is how your real architecture will work. And if you wanted to make any load balancing, high availability, those things will come with the load balancer concept. Sorry. So this is how a cloud networking will look like. I don't know, my account is still in a suspend mode only. So otherwise we could create a network right now. So the same network what I'm showing right now, we can create and we can deploy something and we can try to access it. So this is called NAT gateway. As I said, NAT is one to many. In real networking terminologies, NAT is having three things: one to many, one to one, and many to one, like this. Okay, but now we only use one to many thing. Only one to many. It will be having one elastic IP, EIP we call. With that elastic IP, it will give internet to all of your subnet IPs. Whenever you say /24, that means 254 IP addresses will be available, right? 254 IP addresses will be available. 1.0 slash 24. 24. Calculate. 254. 254 are the useful IPs. That means you can create 254 servers inside that subnet. 254 EC2 instances you can create in it. Okay, but however, whenever you create VPC, whenever you create the subnets, there are 5 reserved IP addresses will be gone with the AWS only. 5 reserved IPs it will take automatically. So that you will only get hit here around 250 only. Okay, 250 or 249 IP addresses you will get it here like that. So VPC concept is a very important. What I'm trying to tell you is you create a SageMaker, you create a Kubernetes cluster, you create a databases, you deploy your AML models, you create a GPU servers. Wherever you go, VPC is the matter. Within your VPC only, you will deploy everything in the AWS cloud. Within VNet only, you will deploy everything in the Azure. Within VPC network only, under the project, you will create VPC network in the GCP. You will be having projects in GCP actually. GCP thing is a little different. Projects, you have to select the project and then VPC network, and then there you can create the subnets. You can deploy over there. Yes, sir.
I have confusion between VPC and VPN. Can you like tell me what exactly those are?
Sure.
Like differences or comparisons kind of thing.
So VPC is a network, sir. It's a network.
Mhm.
Network means in the cloud we are creating. I'm telling to the AWS cloud that hey, I want 10.10.0.0/16 network and network boundary on in my account on your data centers. So that is what I'm trying to build. Once you develop your network, you can use VPN for the secure connectivity. For secure connectivity. That means I have a data center. I have a data center. So this is my data center. I'll just take this one. This is my data center. So this is my data center. From my data center, I would like to connect securely. So in order to connect securely, you need to connect VPN actually. So VPN is needed. VPN like site to site with IPsec VPN. You need to connect this one. So while you're connecting, you ultimately connects to what? Not the region. You will connect to the VPC. You will connect it to the VPC. So what happens at your data center? You will be having one router. Okay, router. So this is your router. After your router, you will be having one firewall. Okay, firewall. So this firewall will connect like this. Here to here and here to here like this. It will come like this. Firewall, and from the firewall, this is the edge device now. This firewall will be the edge device here. So this firewall could be your Palo Alto or Fortinet, FortiGate, 14,
Party client.
yeah, Fortinet. And you can go with Cisco. You can go with ASA and all, and you can go with Juniper, and you can go with Nokia. Okay, so like Huawei also, or yeah. So these many firewalls are there. We can use any of the firewall, Juniper, SRX firewall, Cisco firewall, Fortinet firewall, Palo Alto firewall, Cisco ASA firewall also you can use them. So if you are using this, okay, here you need to configure some vendor configurations. For that, at your VPC, you have to create which service? You have to create a VPN. Okay. While you're creating VPN, you need to create VPN gateway and direct connect also there. And so whenever you create the VPN gateway in your AWS cloud, it will give you one file. It will give you one file. So this file you have to download it, and there will be information of IPsec. Okay, what IP addresses you need to be, and IKE keys. Okay, internet key exchange. So those keys will be there. You have to configure whatever you created this the gateway here, those things in your firewall. So when you configure here, you will be having one public IP. Your firewall will be having one public IP. So this public IP you will utilize here. You will utilize here. Then you will be also configuring ASN, autonomous system number. You will be under one network. So the same one you have to configure here. AWS also having one autonomous system number. Okay, you have to configure again with the BGP protocol. If you're specifically looking for one network at one area data center only, you need to configure BGP protocol also. What BGP protocol? What is your BGP protocol configuration you are doing? So those things, if you configure your firewall, use the same ASN and same the public IP and keep it here. So when you keep it here, IPsec will be enabled. IPsec is an VPN actually. There are two phases, phase 1 and phase 2. Phase 2. So what happens in phase 1 and phase 2? These keys will be exchanged. These two keys will be exchanged in the phase 1 and phase 2. So we call them as tunnel, IPsec tunnel. Now your request, your data, whatever you are communicating with your VPC, that will be completely private and secured with this tunnel. Nobody can come and beat this tunnel and hack this tunnel. It's impossible to do, because these keys there, right? These keys will be exchanged every time. It's highly secured. So it is not possible anyone, any hacker will come and do. And beating a firewall again, coming here, compromising the things, no. Yes, there will be a middle attacks can be happen. There they could be come inside, but they cannot enter via this route. It's impossible for them. So that's why we use VPNs. Why we use VPNs? Okay, I have a DB. You might be having a DB in your database. Sorry, in data center. DB, a sensitive DB. And now forget about this private subnet DB. You have DB here. This DB you wanted to use it for this application. For this application, you wanted to use this DB as a database. You can connect via like this tunnel. You can connect like this. So this is called hybrid approach. Your database in the data center, but your web application on the public cloud. It's called hybrid approach. So this is VPN, sir.
Okay. So it come before VPC, right? VPN.
Before VPC, yeah, before VPC you can say, but you will be attaching with the VPCs only.
Ah, okay. Got it. Thank you.
If let's say you have multiple VPCs and you wanted to connect the same data center with multiple VPCs, then you have to use transit gateway, okay, or VPC peering, or in VPC network, okay, shared network in your GCP, or you can use VNet peering in Azure, and you can use hub and spoke like this.
Yeah, thanks, Rajnikant, for detailed explanation.
Yeah, okay, sir. So this is VPN means, and the real architectures will be like this. Okay, if you want, just take a photo of this diagram, keep it in ChatGPT, ask what I was trying to explain. Okay, ask ChatGPT anything improvements that I need to do. It will add some other components as an input improvements. Okay. So what this exactly? Are we just drawing a normal generic diagrams? No, this is how exactly the network will be going to set up. You know, so how exactly the network will be set up. If you see the raw diagrams, we have HLD, LLD, network diagrams, application diagram, okay, plan of action diagrams. So if you see them, you will not understand anything. It will be very different of what I am drawing. I'm drawing, we will able to understand by looking at it. But what a network architects will draw, that diagrams, we won't even get it. We won't even get it. So when you are trying to understand this kind of diagrams, then your mind will be tuned to understand those diagrams. Because with that only we'll be able to do network configurations and all things. Okay. AWS, VPC, public, private diagram. When you search like this, you'll get diagram, you can see. Just simple region, he kept availability zone, VPC, and subnet, NAT gateway like this, you can see. That's it. Now you can read it here. What's happening, what is subnet zone, VPC, resource create, all this. Sir, if no questions for today, it's fine. And I would like to create the same lab. And once we had this network connectivity understanding, then we'll start with our some other Linux things. Then we can go to GitHub, and then we can start.
No, I have a question. Like, I'm
Yeah.
currently working with in the data field,
Mm-hmm.
like already with Santosh course, already enrolled myself. Mm, so if like somebody wants to go into the architect side, like solution architect, someone who is giving the solution to the client or something like that. So that person needs to understand this as well, right?
Yes, you should.
Okay.
You should have to have a knowledge to understand these things.
So this is a part of like high level HDL and low level design.
Yes, yes, sir. And right now I can't directly call it an HLD LLD. It is mix of both, but it's for our understanding. When
Okay.
you draw HLD and LLD, there should be very detailing should be there. Detailing we need to mention why we only call it as LLD, why we only call it as HLD network. Network map is separate. Flow is user map is separate again. So for one single application infrastructure, we'll maintain at least 5 to 6 diagrams on a different sections. Now I combined everything in one. A user flow also, resource creations also, resource workflow also, everything.
Understood. Thanks. Thanks.
Any other questions, sir, from anyone?
Rajnikant, this is Ranjit here.
Hi, sir.
Uh, Rajnikant, you asked me to put this in the ChatGPT, right?
Mm-hmm.
It has given me good images based on the uh, exact picture what I shared. So it has compared with AWS,
Mm-hmm.
GCP, and as well as Azure, and it has given all the information about all the three clouds.
Hmm.
If you're okay, I can share the slide.
Please share
Uh,
it.
can you stop sharing? I hope you can see, right?
Yes, yes.
So it has given about the cloud core networking foundations, and then the Azure networking, and the image it has given about the hub and the spoke, what you were talking just now.
Right.
And then it has went to the energy, as you're also saying about that.
Mm-hmm.
So it is all it is showing about the Azure. And then next it has started with the AWS networking, and you can see here the diagram,
Mm.
EC2 and everything, NAT networking and how it goes on.
Yeah. And okay. Done.
So here is the exact picture. Transit gateway, you were talking about this as well.
Right.
So it has given me such kind of image with AWS.
Yeah, yeah. And is it done?
Yeah, yeah.
Any more? Yeah.
And then with the
GCP.
GCP also.
Okay.
So this is what it
Right.
has given me with
Mm-hmm.
GCP.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
It has given all the complete information, and it has given the at the end that comparison.
Right, right, right. So what happens after my explanation? Now you'll able to understand that entire slide.
Right, exactly.
So if you give this slide to a person who is not attended our class, today's class,
Hmm.
then he will get confused. He'll not never interest to read even. At first
Right,
two slides only he'll drop.
right, exactly.
Now the cloud code is given this PPT and it's just mixed up all the information
Right.
because it will do crawling. Okay, it's called crawling.
Hmm.
It do a crawling of information from the different pages, AWS page,
Hmm.
Azure page,
Hmm.
and GCP page.
Hmm.
Whatever the information available, it will bring up and try to frame a good answer, and then it will connect an agent
Hmm.
to connect their PPT,
Hmm.
means Canva. If
Hmm.
maybe you are connected Canva, then it will create Canva,
Right,
or they are already connected in the backend system for this PowerPoint thing, it will create a PPT for you.
right,
So it will create a pre-template things and it'll try to put it over there.
right.
So in that process, it will bring all information and
Hmm.
it's trying to present to you. So that's
Correct.
what it is trying to do,
Hmm.
and it added lot of other information as well. So that
Correct.
is good to have. But when
Hmm.
you read it, you should
Hmm.
not get confused.
Right,
What
exactly.
are all this again? What is again on-premises? On-premises means data center.
Right, exactly. I'm aware of it.
Will
I'm aware of
some
it.
people
Yeah,
don't know.
just
Yeah,
yeah.
on-premises means data center, and some other terminologies it is used. NACL. I even not touched NACL, but
Hmm.
it is added.
Yeah.
That is at subnet level.
Right, exactly.
Everywhere it will be there.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Again, so there is some firewalls added. WAF it will be added.
Right,
Many other resources it will add over there because it's trying to make it better.
right, exactly.
So that's where if you do this kind of activity, what
Hmm.
happens? You will get to know some more information on top of my class.
Exactly.
Okay, so you are on a right track. At least you believe you are in a right track.
Right.
So self validation for yourself,
Yeah,
self satisfaction at least.
yeah.
So
So
keep you
as you
motivated.
also said that just check it in the ChatGPT. So I did that, and then it has given clear information comparing with your diagram.
Yeah. So that self motivation, this self validation is needed, sir. At least self cross checking. So it's not like I just thought something in the class and you just listen and you're believing it is 100% right.
Right, right.
Oh,
We can have a cross check kind of thing.
yes, right. Sir. So that
Thank you,
way
Mr.
it will improve your knowledge actually.
Right, right.
Yeah. Any other questions still? So if no questions, I'll wrap up for today.
We will see you, Rajnikant. See you soon.
Yeah. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And thank you everyone for giving this time and attending the session. And hope this will be continued. And we'll meet tomorrow at the same time.
Yeah, sure.
Where we can get all the other free classes, that you provided. I just don't know if you want to
Those are
go
available
deeper.
in YouTube. YouTube, it's available already.
Okay.
Just search KSR Data Vision and go to live section. You can see my videos.
Okay. Thanks.